Hi, I'm Trisha Dunlap with Dunlap Law, PLC in Richmond, Virginia. I'm a data privacy and cybersecurity attorney and a certified information privacy professional. I'm here today to talk with you about choosing a SaaS vendor for your business. And I'm going to have a three-part video on this because there's kind of a lot to consider. This first video is going to deal with the principles that your business should adopt as you prepare to choose a SaaS vendor. It's time to look beyond just whether or not a SaaS vendor will give you the operational functions you need and to consider the data privacy issues in how they function. Video number 2 will give you some tips on how to do a preliminary vetting of potential vendors so that you can narrow a long list down to a short one. Then video number 3, I'll give you some tips on a deeper dive and due diligence on how to take that short list and choose the one vendor that you think is going to not only serve your needs as a business, but also appropriately protect the data that your business needs. So let's get started and talk through some principles. In recent years, a lot of businesses have come to think of data as a business asset. And they're not wrong about that. It is a business asset, but it's not a commodity. And it's important that you don't start thinking of data as a commodity because there are too many laws and regulations around the use, collection, sharing, and potential sale of data for you to think of it as simply a commodity. Plus, good cybersecurity begins with a thoughtful and principled approach to data privacy. The days of a business just kind of hoovering up as much data as they possibly could about their customers or clients or the general public, whoever visited their site, collecting data because you can, is really no longer a good business practice. And if you're still doing that, you're probably sowing the seeds of future liabilities for your business that could be really burdensome and damaging. So let's talk about some principles that you should adopt. There are 4 that you should adopt so that your data continues to be a business asset and doesn't become a toxic asset. So principle number 1 is data minimization. Your business should collect only the data your company needs for its legitimate purpose. Now, before you can adopt that principle, you have to actually step back and determine what data you need, and then limit your data collection practices accordingly. You should also adopt a routine habit of figuring out which data in your systems is obsolete, perhaps it's factually inaccurate, or it's not current anymore, or you just don't need it anymore, and you should be deleting that on a regular basis. This should be part of routine housekeeping. So that's principle number 1, data minimization. Principle number 2, and I said this earlier and I'm going to say it again, and I hope you're listening. Personal information, data, is not a commodity. It is an asset that you need to carefully manage in order to protect the products and services that you provide. The data also needs to be appropriately protected. Principle number 3, you need to design your systems thoughtfully so that you have a low risk for security incidents. This means things like ensuring devices are encrypted, using elaborate and long passwords that are stored in a password manager, not on a post-it note on your desk. No, don't do that anymore. I think those days are gone. Using 2-factor authentication on every single login, and then requiring a new password every 90 days or so, and banning the reuse of the old password. So those are some bare minimum systems that you have to have in place to have an appropriate data privacy management policy. 4th and final, you need to carefully vet any SaaS vendor that you're considering. You should no longer be looking at a SaaS vendor solely from the point of view of, does it serve my business need, and do I like the background color of its platform, or maybe the user interface is really easy and simple. Those are important considerations, but you've also got to look at their cyber security practices and their data privacy practices. So those are 4 principles that you need to adopt. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. We're going to now roll into video 2, where I'm going to give you 5 ways to take a long list of potential vendors, down to a short list.